He had the shot, close enough to see inside the aircraft. Easy. He didn't fire. He was a German fighter pilot. It was 1943. The enemy was in front of him. Damaged, slow, almost finished. He had every reason to fire. He had the training. He had the orders. He had the shot. He didn't take it. He was supposed to. He didn't. Nothing was stopping him. He didn't fire. The B-17 was called Ye Old Pub. It had crossed into Germany on a bombing mission. The mission had gone wrong. Enemy fighters had found it early. By the time Franz Stigler saw it, the damage was already done. 2 engines gone, the tail nearly destroyed, the nose shattered. Parts that were supposed to be there were simply missing. It was not flying. It was falling slowly in the right direction. It was barely holding together. It was the kind of target that does not require skill. It was the kind of target that requires only the decision to fire. He had that decision in front of him. He saw all of this. He had the shot. He didn't take it. He could have fired right then, right there. It would have been over in seconds. He didn't. He pulled alongside instead. Stigler was experienced. He had kills. He knew how to close distance and finish a damaged aircraft. He had done it before. This was the easiest kind of target. Slow, broken, barely holding together. He approached from behind, standard, close enough to see the damage clearly, close enough to confirm it was real, close enough to fire without question. He had the shot, right there, still right there. He didn't take it. Something stopped him. Not an order, not a rule. Something else. He could see inside. That was the thing. He was close enough to see through what remained of the aircraft structure. Close enough to see the detail. Close enough to see what the damage had done to the men inside. He could see the crew. Some were wounded. Some were not moving. The aircraft was not a threat. Not anymore. These were not soldiers defending a position. These were men who were already dying. An aircraft that was already losing. He could see them clearly. He had the shot. He had it clearly. He could see exactly what he would be ending. He didn't fire. He had been taught there were limits, even here, even against the enemy, even when no one was watching, even when the shot was easy, even when every rule said, take it. His commander, Gustav Rodel, had told him once, there are things a pilot does not do. Stigler had carried that into every mission, into this cockpit, into this moment over Germany, into this second where the shot was available and the target was clear. He carried it here, and it cost him the shot. He could have fired. He didn't. The moment stayed open. He let it stay open. The American pilot was Charles Brown, 21 years old. He had taken the aircraft through the target. He had watched his crew get hit. He had watched the aircraft come apart around him. He had kept flying because there was nothing else to do. He did not know a German fighter was behind him. He couldn't see Stigler approaching. His defensive positions were mostly gone. If Stigler fired, there was almost nothing to stop it. Brown would not have seen it coming. The crew would not have had time to respond. It would have been over in seconds. Stigler had the shot. Brown didn't know. Stigler didn't fire. He had everything he needed to end it. He had the position. He had the angle. He had the moment. He let it pass. He let them go. He pulled alongside, not behind, alongside. He moved his aircraft to a position where Brown could see him, where they could see each other. 2 aircraft, the same altitude, the same cold air over Germany. He looked across at the cockpit. Brown looked back. 2 men, different uniforms, same altitude, same cold morning over Germany. One of them had been about to kill the other, had been close enough to do it without difficulty, had chosen not to. He was choosing not to right now. Still alongside, still close enough. The shot was still available. He still had it. He still didn't take it. He had made his decision. He was staying with it. He gestured. Fly toward the coast. Fly toward neutral territory. He pointed the direction. He was trying to help the aircraft survive the moment he had chosen not to end. He didn't know if Brown understood. He didn't know if the aircraft could make it. He didn't know what came next. He didn't know what it would cost him if anyone saw this. He had made his decision. The rest was not in his hands. He stayed alongside, visible to ground positions below. Flying next to an American bomber made him a target. He knew that. He understood exactly what he was risking. He stayed anyway. He matched their speed. He stayed with the broken aircraft. He escorted them toward the edge of German airspace. He could still fire. He didn't. Then he turned back. He let them go. He let them live. He had the shot the entire time. He never took it. He let them go. That is the whole of it. He had the shot more than once. Each time it was still there. Each time nothing was stopping him. Each time he didn't take it. Each time he chose something else. Something that had no name in the rules of that war. Firing was allowed. Not firing was a choice. The choice broke something expected. He was supposed to fire. Everything said fire. The mission said fire. The training said fire. The target said fire. The rules of that war said fire. Nothing said stop. Nothing said pull alongside. Nothing said point toward the coast. He did it anyway. He looked at them and he didn't fire. He understood the consequences immediately. If anyone saw him escort an enemy bomber toward the coast, it was over. Helping an enemy aircraft was not a gray area. It was not a matter of interpretation. It was punishable by death. He had chosen to risk his life to preserve theirs. No discussion, no orders, no permission, no guarantee it would matter. No certainty the aircraft would survive the flight back. No way to know if his decision had changed anything. He did it anyway. He could have fired. Every second alongside that aircraft was a second he was choosing not to. He chose not to. Again and again, for the entire duration of that escort. He had the shot. He let them go. The aircraft made it back. Brown landed the crew. Some of them survived because of a decision made over Germany that morning. A decision no one ordered. A decision that could have killed the man who made it. A decision made in seconds. In the air, alone. He had the shot. He let them go. And they lived. Stigler never told anyone. Not because he was ashamed, because it would have ended him. He carried it alone for decades. In 1990, Brown found him. They met. They became friends. They stayed friends until they died. In 2008, 4 months apart, a single decision not to fire. It lasted 47 years. He had the shot. He didn't take it. Think about what that means. In the middle of a war, in the middle of a mission, with every reason to fire, with no reason visible to stop, with the target right in front of him, with the angle correct, with the distance close, with the moment available and the rules on his side. He looked through the broken aircraft. He saw men. He saw men who were already losing, men who were already hurt, men who were trying to get home, and he chose not to end them. He could have. Nobody would have questioned it. Nobody would have known the difference between this and any other kill. Nobody was watching. He would have been correct by every rule that existed in that war. He had the shot. He didn't take it. He made a different choice. In seconds, alone, in the cold air over Germany, with no one to ask, with no time to think it through completely, with nothing but the moment and the man he had become before it arrived. And the choice lasted longer than the war. The choice crossed the ocean. The choice survived 4 decades. The choice produced something that the war, with all its machinery, could not. 2 men, on opposite sides, alive, sitting across from each other, because one of them had the shot and chose something else. You would be in that cockpit, the aircraft in front of you, slow, broken, almost finished. The shot would be easy, easier than most. You would know you were supposed to take it. You would feel the training, the orders, the logic of the moment pressing you forward. And then you would be close enough to see inside. You would see the crew. You would see what the morning had already done to them. You would have the shot. Right there, still right there, nothing stopping you. You would have the shot. Right there, nothing stopping you. You would know what you are supposed to do. And still, you might hesitate. Just for a second. That second decides everything. You would not know. What would you do?